It is being recorded because it rocks.
Yeah! You see right through me. That! Sing it, Scott Weiland. May you rest in peace.
When did Scott pass? When did Scott pass?
Scott Weiland? It's been about 10 years now. That was the Velvet Revolver. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Velvet Revolver, Levman, but Velvet Revolver was a combination of Stone Temple Pilots and Guns N' Roses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like a super group.
Familiar with super group.
Unfortunately, they only made one record, but you know, it was
not quite the Traveling Willie Bees, which is the super group with Bob Dylan and Tom Petty. And
wait, what'd you call them? The Traveling Willie Bees?
Willoughbys, right? It's the Traveling Willoughbys, right?
It was the Traveling. No, what the hell was that? Oh my! It wasn't.
I thought I had my musical knowledge down. Like I was throwing out the.
Was it the Will? Oh my gosh! I gotta look it up. Anyway, you start the show. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, no. I'm very happy to be here. It's Wednesday. It's like 30, 35, 36 degrees out, which is really, really balmy here in the Northeast. The snow is still on the ground, but because we've had 2 weeks of temperatures in the teens and, like teens and 20s. But today was really quite warm. I mean, I never really thought I would say 37 degrees or 32, which it is right now, is really warm. But considering everything, your body changes and acclimates to cold weather. Mine has. I'm surprised, but it has.
Well, thank you for the weather report, Levman. I know everyone's interested in the weather from the Delaware Valley and the tips, the news you can use from the Levman. I love it.
Yeah.
The Traveling Wilburys, I think, is that the name of that band.
Wilburys. And I mean, there's not many left because George is dead. I think Bob Dylan is alive, and the guy from EOC, Electric, was it Tom Lynn? Jeff Lynne is still alive.
I think so. ELC, Electric Light, or ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, and Tom Petty no longer with us also.
No drugs.
Sad. Miss Tom Petty, man. I miss that music. He was just, man.
I had a positive message,
Huh?
I can't back down, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh, lad, first you gave us the weather report. Now you're going to do a little concert. I love it, man.
I just won't back down.
You're feeling good.
Stand my ground.
I can cue it up if you want to sing a duet.
I'm more than happy to talk whatever you want to talk. If you want to talk a little Super Bowl action, a little I know the Sixers have been on a little bit of a win streak the last couple games after that porous performance against Charlotte. I think it's 4 games now in a row they've won.
4 games in a row, my man. As of our taping, let's just say that.
They played back-to-back games on the road. They played the LA Clippers at the Intuit Dome. I love that name, the Intuit Dome, with one James Harden, who's no longer a member of the Clippers. That's a big surprise. James Harden has been traded again. But the Sixers came out playing really, really well on Monday night. These West Coast games are really, really hard to watch. I don't know if you feel that way. Yeah. It's also like in Philly's season. These games are so hard to stay up for. And then last night they played the Warriors without Steph.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Harden, shocker, cried his way out of another town. So now he's in Cleveland. I don't know if he's close. He's pretty close to securing the rainbow of jerseys for his career at this point. So anyway, good. And that's also good news for the Philadelphia 76ers, who, by the way, in that James Harden deal, acquired the Clippers' #1 pick unprotected in 2028, is it? And then they got a pick swap in 2029, which is also great because that's basically getting the better of the 2 picks, the Sixers or the Clippers. So I like that. And then I don't know if you saw the Sixers made a move today. Did you see that?
I did.
How are you feeling? Because you're a bit of a dookie. You have a family history.
Bit of a dookie. I like the kid. I think a lot of it was done for financial reasons, which always I think they wanted to get under the cap, right?
Yeah.
It just seemed like that was really what was why this trade happened. Jordan McCain, it's not Clane, right? He's Jordan McCain was dealt to Orlando for, I guess it's 4 second-round picks.
No, they got a one, which is from Houston because they didn't have any picks this year. I was
They
looking
have
at
a
that the
first
other day.
round pick this year.
Yeah, they're getting a number one this year from Houston, which will be a high
Wow.
pick, but it's still, it's still a good pick. And you're getting three number twos. I don't know what the years are on that, but Jared McCain, I mean, the thing was he played well and certainly looked strong last year before the injury. But I think with the emergence and listen, nobody expected what VJ Edgecombe has done, and so with his emergence, and with Grimes and Maxey, I think they have some pretty nice backcourt depth right
Right.
now, and so they saw McCain as a guy who, look, they had McCain before they had Grimes and before they had VJ. So I would argue that McCain has probably been the least impressive of those guys. Though I know
Right.
he had a good year last year, but they were a different team last year.
20, what was it, 25 games that he played last
I think
year?
it was about 25 before he tore his ACL, and then he hurt his thumb this year, and he just hasn't been the same player this year.
He had been down to the G League several times this year.
Yeah.
So obviously they didn't, I guess I trust Daryl Morey to, if he got back on number one for him, that's great. I did look, he was his 16th pick. Maybe
Yep.
that, I mean, so does that mean you're getting less value? I don't know because he was a 16th pick
Yeah.
for the Sixers.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's hard to say. I mean, you're look like Sam Presti, who's the GM of the Thunder. He built that team, and they have a treasure trove of number one picks. It's absolutely outrageous how many
yeah,
number he makes Howie like drool with all those number one picks. So, I mean, the fact that he has so many picks, and as you mentioned, Jerry McCain has been back and forth to Newark more than Steve Rosen on a
well, no, no, no.
Friday
He's down by
on
the
a weekend.
riverfront now. Down
What?
by the riverfront. Are the your Delaware Bluecoats are now by the Wilmington riverfront at the Chase Center.
Oh, really? How about
Yeah,
that, man?
state of the art
So Jared
track
McCain was
facility.
playing in Wilmington?
What?
Jared McCain was playing in Wilmington?
He was. He
How about that?
was.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the other thing, so that's the trade. I know some people are upset because, we gave up on McCain. He's young, he's this, he's that. From my perspective, I felt like again that he was a pick that they took and they couldn't play him and Maxey together, even though Maxey's defense has gotten a lot better.
It
McCain has
has.
not. And I think that was just a pick in that situation. And the one thing, I know we've been hard on Morey, but the one thing that he's been able to do, I think, consistently is find talent in the draft. And so I'd much rather take a lottery ticket on McCain and having a first round pick this year, and maybe they end up trading it, maybe they don't, but maybe they can find a role player, a ferocious rebounder, someone who can just pound the glass, which is something that they need late in the first round or whenever that pick comes up. What was interesting was Joel Embiid a couple of days ago came out and said, I really hope we don't go out and make a move just to get under the cap for at the or at the trade deadline. And do you feel like that this move was because just to get them under the
I think it
cap
was
so that they could?
financial. I think it
Yeah,
was financial. I mean, and this follows a series of moves over the years. With maybe we've given up on guys way too soon, like Isaiah Joe
yep.
and Landry Shamet is the other guy, obviously for who's had a
He was
pretty
in the
decent
Tobias
year.
trade. Landry Shamet was.
Was he? I did not know that, but was I guess he went to L.A. He went to the Clippers, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So, I mean, Shamit's been available in free agency the last couple of years, and he's done a pretty decent job for the Knicks. So,
He sure
and
has.
these are guys we were really always high on. I mean, we
Mhm.
were even high on Tony Bradley. I remember a couple of years ago, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Tony Bradley and Charles Bassey was another one who since has come back to
who's
the
now back?
Sixers.
Yes,
He's back now. Um, and I feel like there was another guy who turned into a player outside of Isaiah Joe who was a shooter. I don't know why I'm forgetting who it is, but anyway, I think this is what the Sixers did. And then also, look, you have to look at what Dominic Barlow has done.
Dominic
Um,
Barlow cost them virtually. He's on a two-way, right? So they're
right.
trying to convert him to a
Bingo.
uh, full year. And this guy, I mean, was he an unsigned free agent? I mean, that
Yeah.
was how they got him, and how. I guess what did he put up 26 on Monday?
I think Barlow, if I check me on this. I think he was friends with Maxey, and they maybe played at Kentucky together. I think, and that was the connection to Barlow. Was I'm gonna check it real quick as I'm talking. And then Trenton Wofford, off also another kind of like castaway from, or maybe we traded for him from Portland, but like these
Yeah, I think he
guys.
was a free agent, and then Jabari Walker was
Jabari
the other.
Walker. Right. And these are like the young, and then Justin Edwards, who I'm not a huge Justin Edwards fan, but what I
And
am a fan of is getting younger guys who can do different things. And you're seeing like Barlow had what? Like didn't the other night, didn't he have like
he had
16
like
boards?
26. He had boards. He brought energy on this late night game against the Clippers. I mean, they just looked really, really good. Embiid looked good. He looked like he had energy again. And obviously, you have Maxi. I mean, they're more fun to watch when they're moving the ball around. And Embiid seems like he's got this step back in his feet.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And when was the last time that you remember the Sixers going out west and winning back-to-back games against Golden State and the Clippers? I don't remember that
And
like in probably the last like 20 years.
the Clippers are not the bad team from the beginning of the year. They had been put on a pretty good degree of play. So the fact that we came out on Monday night and they just, I mean, the game was a lot closer in the end than it should have been, because the way they started off on Monday night, which was when I was watching the game, they looked amazing. The Sixers looked amazing. Barlow was amazing throughout the game, but had a really good start.
Yeah.
So they're fun. I know that they have 3 more games on this road trip. I think 4-1 would be amazing.
Hmm.
But this East is wide open. Um, can't stand the Knicks, but the Knicks are on a run right now too, and you've got a very inexperienced Pistons team who is still playing good ball, and you see what's going to happen with Cleveland. They traded Darius Garland for our buddy, old friend James
James,
Harden.
old James.
So
Does
we
James
will
show
have.
up in the fat suit or does he show up just James?
I mean, he looks pretty good right now. He seemed to show up in the fat suit for the Sixers. That seemed to be the real problem there.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, to his credit though, he is averaging 25 a game and I think 8 assists a game. And look, like here, I was going back and forth on a text thread with a buddy of mine, and he was saying, "Here's," and I think this is exactly what's going to happen. I could totally see like Cavaliers get off to a fast start, right? Cavs win like 8 of 10 games, and then Harden does his thing in the playoffs where he disappears or he plays small. And I just, James Harden is what he is. He's 35. He is what he is. He's a fantastic scorer. He's really not a whole lot of fun to watch. I don't think. I've never been a huge James Harden fan, as you well know.
he's going
Um,
to have to play the point guard though,
yeah,
unless they start Schroeder, because they made 2 trades. They brought in Dennis Schroeder
yeah.
and they brought in James Harden, and they have Donovan Mitchell, which is a pretty short backcourt if you think about it.
And how do Mitchell and Harden work together in the backcourt? I think that's going to be. They're both very ball dominant
They're
guards.
very ball dominant. Yeah. And so we'll have to see now, because the East is so wide open. The East is really wide open. The thought is maybe the Sixers go 46-36 and could still get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. I have to see it be done consistently. Every time, you think things are going right, then they lose that godforsaken game against Charlotte.
Oh, I
They
know.
lost by 40 something points. I mean, that was just horrible.
So strange. It's so strange to get blown out like that.
Icon Knipple.
Yeah. So Nipsey. So who is going to be in the 3-point shooting contest?
Concanippolis.
Old Nipsey is. You liked Con Knipple coming out of
Well, I
Duke.
think that's a great name. I mean, how could you
It
go
is.
wrong with a name like Con Knipple?
But man, what a surprise he's been, huh?
Yeah, he has been, but I still like VJ.
Oh, I love VJ. I wouldn't trade VJ. I wouldn't put him in the Giannis deal. I wouldn't touch the Giannis deal at all. Unless they wanted to take McCain and Paul George. That's my offer. Like I don't care. I don't think Giannis. I think he's as hurt almost as much as Embiid is hurt. He's dominant when he plays, but I just I would protect the Sixers' young core at all costs. I would. It is very interesting to see. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the Philadelphia 76ers are done, or is there another move
They're
in the
done.
works?
I think they're done. I don't really think they have that much else to trade.
Yeah, yeah. Unless they
I
try to
mean,
move off of Oubre or Andre Drummond.
but what purpose would that be? I mean, and because that's the other thing we need to talk about is Paul George being suspended for 25 games. Oubre is going to be taking a lot of Paul George's minutes.
Yeah,
So why would you get rid of the only opportunity you have to have a pretty good finish? And then when you do get George back, he'll be ready for you for the playoffs. And it sounds like he had mental health issues and was taking something. We ever find out what he was taking? Was it ketamine or
I didn't hear. Although I did hear a podcast. Gosh, who was it? It was really funny. It was a former player who said he goes, man, he's like, there's no doubt like Paul George was on the juice. He goes, look, like that dude could barely like jump, and then next thing you know, you're seeing highlights of him. Did you see the clip of him like doing a 360 dunk or like between his legs, and like they're like, of course, like that guy's on the juice. So it seemed like he was dealing with some mental health issues, and went the drug route, which was dumb and irresponsible. When you're a professional player, like that's what you sign up for, right?
yeah, I would just like to know what the drug was so as not to be so harsh in our judgment of him. But but I guess there are certain drugs that are not legal, even if they are legal within the general public. Like ketamine, if that was the one I was thinking it might be, because I don't think ketamine is legal in the league, but obviously people use it,
Yeah,
have used it. That's what Matthew Perry died of, was a ketamine overdose.
yeah, yep.
So, I mean,
But
this
wasn't
is
there?
something that,
Yeah, I thought there was a
like,
problem with Matthew Perry's supplier or something.
something like that. But you know what? We don't know what the drug is. I'm sure it'll come out at some point. Guy's got a podcast who probably will share it at some point. And I guess with the 25 games, he would be likely to come back at the end of March, right? So before playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. I think he comes back. I think I heard with 10 games or 8 games left before playoffs. So time to reacclimate with the squad. I think, look, some people say this is a blessing because it preserves PG for the playoffs. Um,
I don't buy that,
I,
man.
I think too, the thing that we really haven't spoken to, you mentioned it in passing, but is just the renaissance that Joel is having, and can he stay healthy and can he keep this up? This is amazing what he's doing. I mean, I would trade him. That's just me because his value
Right.
is high at an all-time high. Well, not an all-time high, but recent all-time high.
Recent.
Um, and
Definitely up from where it was.
right. So this is exactly when I would trade him, but I know fans would hate, most fans would probably hate that move, but if you think about maximizing value, I just don't think we're going to win with him. Not because of him. I just don't think we can win with him. But I have enjoyed watching this renaissance from him.
He looks like he's having a lot of fun. I know at the beginning of the year, his shots were just really off. They were flat. And it just seems like the game he hasn't been this good in 2 years, probably. Since that, I guess it was the beginning of last year when he had, was it the 70-point game last year?
I think that was that last year or 2 years ago. I feel like that was two
I thought
years
it
ago.
was the year after the MVP, and then all the injuries started up, and that was like the high point, and everything else went down. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong. This guy's 2 years from the MVP, though. I mean,
Right.
that's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And there have been lessons of centers doing well in their 30s. I mean, Elijah Wan, but I guess Elijah Wan kept himself in really, really good shape.
Yeah.
uh, until his mid 30s. So, and I don't think Embiid has the same, situation as Elijah Wan.
Yeah, a lot. Embiid went for 70 on in 2024, January 22nd, 2024.
But
So
that
about
was
two
his
years.
MVP season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. But yeah, it's fun to watch. Look, like Morey's not going to trade him. I know that. I'm just saying I would trade him. But
Yeah.
if you're not going to trade him, then like of course I wish him well. I want him to do well. I want the Sixers to do well. I want him to keep doing the things he's doing. Did you see where they all these Sixers fans are like sending thank you notes to his doctor who did this this exploratory procedure on him on his knees and like it's so funny. Dr. Glassnow, I think his name is.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
pretty
I,
funny.
I think him and Maxi are fun. They're just fun together.
Did you see the play the other
Yes.
night? The
When,
alley oop?
when, yeah. Yeah.
How great was that, man?
This was to Maxi, right? This was from Embiid to
No,
Maxi.
Maxi threw it and Embiid caught
Uh,
it and threw it down. It was phenomenal.
There was also a game winner there where I forget what night it was, where Embiid did the pass to Maxi, going straight to the basket, and Maxi scored.
Yeah,
And I'm like, it's fun to have two superstars. The Lakers had Kobe and they had Shaquille. I mean, not that this is the same level, but it's fun to have this situation. And not many teams in the NBA have this situation. It's just a matter again of surrounding themselves with role players. Like I don't think VJ is a role player, but he's still not at that level right now where he's a an all star, and he will be at some point. And then you have a Barlow that you paid virtually nothing, and
right.
I'm wondering if he has a second year on this contract or how that will be converted. And they still have a lot of flexibility going forward. This has become a much younger team,
Yeah.
but still has the flexibility to get better even in the future as well.
Yeah, and I also wonder too if this puts a greater need for them to want to sign Grimes, right? Because
Yeah.
I feel like if you
Remember, he struggled this year at certain parts, or at least recently.
right.
That's one of the reasons why I was surprised with it was, it's not like Grimes has been playing very well recently. He hasn't been.
Yeah.
He started off the season quite well. That's why I was wondering if they would have let Grimes leave at the end of the season and kept McCain, and that's why I was a little bit surprised with this trade.
Well, I think the difference is that even as Grimes has struggled offensively, defensively, he's a much better player than McCain, and he's got more size
Okay.
to him too. And I think when you look at he's just ferocious on defense. Maxi's getting better, but the one thing is, all these guys are 6'4" and under, right? So
Right.
what Grimes gives you a little bit more size. He's 6'5". And so I think that could be part of the thinking. I'm very curious what they do with Grimes because I almost feel like he's an asset, and you can't just let him play it out and then let him walk at the end of the year.
No,
So
I'd like to see them re-sign him and
right,
then maybe invest some more money in the backcourt to get that backcourt a little bigger. What you're looking for someone around 6'7", someone who's a little bit bigger. I
right.
know there was a name that was featured in the text on Monday night or Saturday night. Where was Aaron McKee? But I'm looking for a player sort of similar to Aaron McKee.
Right.
Aaron McKee was about 6'6", 6'7", I think.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bigger guard. Yeah, but that's kind of guy they need. So we'll see what happens. I do want to see last point on the Sixers for me. Actually, one point and one question for you, then we can bounce to the Super
Can
Bowl.
I just and can we talk? Did you see Saturday night's ceremony?
I didn't. They didn't show it on TV.
Oh, we could talk briefly about it afterwards. I
Yeah,
got
I want to hear that. All right, my one point is, if rebounding is such a problem, why don't they give Andre Drummond more time?
because I think there's been a conscious push to give Adem Bona a lot more time recently, and he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Now, um, I guess maybe there's not enough room to. I mean, you could play Bona at power forward a little bit, or you could play Drummond with Embiid a little bit. I don't know if that's something the Twin Towers approach would work, but I know that Drummond is still like every time he's out there, he gets rebounds.
Like double digit rebounds. The guy is a board machine. I just don't understand why they don't try to get him in because rebounding is such an issue for this team. last question that I had was, are you worried about the amount of minutes that Maxey is playing and that the wheels are going to fall off with him? I mean, he leads the league in minutes.
He leads the league in minutes. He's our point guard. I mean, no one ever thought that Maxey would become a point guard in this league. I didn't believe that he would become a point guard, but he has become our ball handler.
Yeah,
And I'm a little bit concerned, but I do think that he's only 24, or is he
20,
25?
24. Yeah, he's 24.
24. So, the thought process is that he can handle it now. This is something that you're going to need to address in the offseason, which is to bring in another point guard. We sort of need like a Dennis Schroeder on this team, a backup point guard who can come in and play about 20 something minutes a game.
You don't want Kyle Lowry, kick him to the curb,
Kyle
take him to the
Lowry
old
is
folks home?
39. You know what? It would have been great if you were going to bring back Kyle Lowry to give him 20 something minutes a game, which they have not done.
No,
So
he
that's
couldn't handle 20. Kyle Lowry couldn't handle 20 minutes a game.
But we need someone that could handle
Right,
20 minutes
right.
and who also could play where you would move Maxey to the shooting guard position and have a point guard next to him. I don't know who that would be. Maybe Tyus Jones, someone like that
Yeah,
we need to sign. Maybe even bringing in Dennis Schroeder,
yeah.
because I think he's probably got 1 year left. So
He's a
maybe that's
hothead. I kind of like him though.
who
He's a hothead. I kind of like him.
Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
yeah, he's always like getting into trouble and
Well,
getting
you
into.
like guys like that.
I like guys to play with a little edge, a little Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max. Remember him?
Yeah, and Matt, segueing into Saturday night, I didn't even know Vernon Maxwell was on the 2001 Sixers team. Did you know that?
I knew he used to play for the Sixers. I didn't know he was on that team.
I saw his name mentioned. It was a great event on Saturday night. I was never the biggest Iverson fan. I'm going to tell you something. He's grown on me a lot in retirement. I like him. I read an interesting story. He's back together with his ex-wife.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father, they have 5 kids together. He's happy. He's like, she's changed me. Although I don't think she can change you. I think you have to change yourself. So he's not drinking anymore. And God bless Alan.
Well, maybe he does the edibles and does the the green stuff because maybe it's yeah.
A little bit chiller. But
It's all legal
shocking.
now.
Eric Snow, man. I don't know.
Here we go. Go in on Eric Snow, Lev.
I don't want to beat up on the guy, but everyone else sort of looked good. He just looked awful. And I felt really bad for him. I didn't know if there were some health issues out there. But Eric Snow, if you get out there, man, you got to go on a diet because that was not good.
Does he listen to this show? Do you know?
I don't know. But you know what? I can be there for you. I can help you. George Lynch looked good. I miss George Lynch. Kevin Ollie was there.
George Lynch. I love George Lynch, by the way. He's the kind of player like we could use right now. Just like a lunch pail guy, gets boards, gets his hands on balls. You love ball handlers and hands on balls. And, well.
Can I give you another lunch pail NBA? How about that Todd McCullough?
I knew you were going to go with Big Mac. I knew it. Yeah.
Todd McCullough was there. Matt Geiger.
Did they invite Geiger back?
Geiger did not show up.
Oh, yeah. I wonder. I feel like he went to Georgia Tech to coach for a little while, and then I don't know what he's doing, but that's interesting. What about and Kevin Ollie was there, right? Or no?
Ollie was there.
He looked pretty good. He looked like he could still give us a few minutes.
Ollie did not. Not Ollie. McKee didn't show up, and I think McKee might have been. Coaching somewhere in his defense.
Yeah.
And Larry Brown wasn't there, so I was a little concerned about Larry's health. I think Larry's around 84, so
but he's in tremendous shape. He's in tremendous shape.
But the assistants were all there. Randy Ayers was there. General manager Billy King was there.
Yeah, I saw Theo Ratliff. All right, we got a segue, Lev. It's enough about the Sixers. Get 10 minutes.
Okay. I got
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. What are our thoughts about the Super Bowl? Do we care? I'm going to watch, but do I care that I'm watching?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see the Patriots back with an all-new team, really. I mean, I think it's a credit to their front office organization. I just said that Canadian style. But to have that team back after reloading after the Brady years, and they were kind of lean, and to have him back with a rookie quarterback, Drake May. It's interesting too because you have Drake May, who's on the rookie contract, was a top 3 pick, and then you have uh, Sam Darnold, who was also a top 3 pick,
All
but
right.
but
Was it yet? Which
right,
is
and is
not.
not on a rookie contract. He's got a bigger deal with Seattle, and he's bounced around a bunch. So but Seattle's defense is so dominant. And again, you have New England and Teddy Bruschi, right?
No, Mike Vrabel,
Mike
the other
Vrabel, sorry.
linebacker.
Yeah,
The other.
sorry. You're right. Yeah, the other white linebacker. But Vrabel has that team there in his first year as head coach in New England. So, I mean, it's quite a coaching job for him. I couldn't even. Who's the head coach? Is it McDaniel for what's the
It
head
is
coach?
McDaniel. I believe it's McDaniel, and then Clint Kubiak,
Yeah,
who I didn't know
Kubiak. Yeah,
Gary had a kid coaching, is your offensive coordinator. The Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator is taking the Raiders job. So Erock, that's your new coach there, Clint Kubiak.
yeah. Get fired up about the Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, yeah.
They-
Gary will be
But
giving
Mike
some.
McDonald, he's a young coach. He's like in his 30s, late 30s. So the coach of the
He would be
Seahawks.
another. I think he's 39, isn't
Yeah,
that? So is he on the tree from the McVay tree? Is he
I
another McVay guy?
I think he is a McVay guy.
Okay,
Who do you like? The spreads. I think last I saw
4.5.
Seattle was favored by 4. Is that right?
Okay. So the thought being process being this is a neutral field, so you take that out. The idea is that Seattle's the better of the teams. They have the better defense, more stable at quarterback because the quarterback's older. But that Vrabel will coach New England and come out. He's got 2 weeks to come up with a great defensive plan against them.
Right.
So that will mask a lot of the gaps there. So I'm actually thinking it's going to be like that type of game, maybe 24-17.
I think it's going to be also. I don't think this is going to be an explosive game. I think. I wonder what the over under is, but
It ain't much. It's probably about 40 something.
I was going to say if it was 44, would you take the over or the under?
If I would take
Let's
the
say
over,
46. Let's say 46. Would you take the?
I would probably take the under because I think it's going to be somewhere that 24-17, 24-21 range.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a tight game like that. 20. I don't know.
And don't be surprised if at halftime it's like 7-7 because there's
Right.
going to be a lot of feeling out in that game, trying to figure out what you can do in that first half. It's not going to be the defenses are going to do a lot better in the first half than the offenses.
Yeah, Drake May is a damn good quarterback. I will say that. Really surprising how good he's been this early in his career. I think I do like Seattle to win. I just think that defense is probably going to give more fits um, to the young quarterback than I think, and I think they have a little bit more. Like I think about New England's receivers.
They have Diggs,
I know
right?
Diggs, but yeah, I just feel like Seattle's there's so much talent on
They
defense
have
that they can
Matt
probably take
Collins.
Diggs out.
They have Matt Collins. Our
Yeah,
former
Matt Collins.
receiver, Matt Collins,
Oh, Matt
32 years
Collins and
old.
his refusal to wear shoes and use utensils. This guy, he's just crying for attention. This guy.
Yeah, but we had him. We had him. He's 32 now.
Yeah. So I as a quarterback, I like Drake May better than Darnold, but I think team wise, I like Seattle. I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm gonna go 23 to. I'm gonna say 23 to. I'm gonna say 23-18. I know it's a weird score, but I'm gonna go
It's
23-18
okay.
Seattle.
And what about the halftime show? Is Bad Bunny going to be it? Is he
Is he
going
gonna
to?
be arrested? Is that what you're asking me?
Oh no, no. Well, I hope not. I mean, I hope there will be no ICE officers in the facility of the Santa. I don't know. What is it? Santa Clara
Santa
community?
Clara, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I am interested to see Bad Bunny. I'm not familiar with his music.
I'm
Um,
not either.
but I did like what he said at the Grammys. where he said ice out. I thought that was cool. Like, I like that he's not, doesn't seem to be intimidated, and I think that that's great. Um, it's going to be interesting. Then Green Day is doing the pregame, and they're no fans
Oh
of
wow.
the government and what's going on there.
Yeah, and of course there will be a conservative Turning Points
Yeah.
alternative halftime show, which I will not be watching because
Do you know
God,
who's going to be headlining that show?
who is headlining that?
Kid Rock,
Oh God.
the redneck from Detroit, apparently.
Right. Will they
Yeah.
be letting him in the stadium for that, or will he be doing it at an alternative venue outside of the state of California? Maybe like shark-infested Florida or
Right.
something
Or
along the
like
lines
somewhere
of
in
that.
the boonies in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Are you a big fan of the commercials?
I do like the commercials. I do like the commercials. I do find it hard after last year to be getting really excited about this game just because it was our team and it was so much fun last year too. Just the way that they kicked their asses last year.
So much
It was
fun.
so satisfying as an adult to watch that, to watch Cooper return that pass
Yeah.
last year. It's going to get hard. It's going to be a lot harder to get excited about it. But I will watch the commercials. I'll watch everything. So
Good point. Yeah. We haven't even talked about the Eagles, and that's okay. Sean Mannion's since been named offensive coordinator since we last
yeah, and
recorded, and
what
AJ
happened?
Brown has now said that he wants to trade. Milton Williams, though, will be representing the Patriots, so he could wing back to back. So that's interesting for
AJ is definitely once out.
Well, the report that I saw today was that he, and again, this is as of Wednesday, that he said he's either taking a year off for mental health or he wants to
Okay.
be traded. And the report is what I heard was that the belief is that the Eagles could get a second round pick for AJ. And according to sources, I can't reveal who my sources are, but it's a foregone conclusion that he will be traded. But it's interesting. I mean, you have a brand new offensive coordinator. I like that they're bringing in two guys between the guy from Tampa Bay and Sean Mannion, both guys who are not on the Sirianni tree. Thank God they don't run that pathetic, piss poor offense that whatever he runs. And so hopefully they will have full autonomy of this offense. And
This is
if
a
you,
33-year-old guy, though. I'm
I,
just wondering if they're going to give him full autonomy. Howie's got to step in there and really lay down the pipe and say, "This is the way it is. You're not having any say in offense," just like he did
right,
with Case. It
yeah,
was Case, yeah.
Case. Who? Wait, who are you talking about?
No, the previous offensive coordinator, the
Oh,
one.
Petula. Yeah.
No, in New Orleans, the head coach in New Orleans. We want that situation again.
Right. Yes. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
want a situation where he's calling the plays. It's his offense. I don't know what
Kellen
Sirianni.
Moore is,
Yeah,
Kellen Moore,
we
the
want
Kellen Moore
we
offense.
want.
I don't know if Sean Marion has the Sean Marion offense, so that'll be interesting. But the AJ Brown thing is something we can talk about at a later time. And the other piece of Eagles news that was relevant was, oh man, I forget what it was. There was something else that I thought was pretty interesting that I wanted to bring up. But anyway,
Let's bring it up next week.
yeah.
Uh,
What are you doing for the Super Bowl? At your house, or are you going
I
somewhere?
will be watching it at my house. What about you?
Are you eating wings, subs, pizza?
Uh,
What?
I'm gonna probably do pizza because I don't know about you. Can you eat stuff like you used to,
No,
or you have? And
100% no.
that's the major issue. I don't think I can eat wings anymore. I think it gives me gas,
Yeah,
and I just can't do it.
yeah. I mean, look, if there's any better way to go out, I don't know about it. Rich Train, we'll catch you on the next episode. 97. I can't even speak. 1973. We
We
are
are out.
out of here. Woo!
Take care, buddy.
I don't have the music queued up.